Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, listen, I know that music is terrible. I know it is. All right. I like the bounce, wow, wow music that I usually have, but it's only 30 seconds. It's rough. So I got to try to get a minute long intro and it's just killing me. So we're going to try to clean it up. My technical gurus off the scenes like Bailey Mercer are going to try to help me get some theme music kicked in or something like that because we want to make this thing crazy, exciting, entertaining for you. We do already. We got Magic Mike McLaughlin on tap as always. We got this or that. We're gonna have some crazy pictures. I had a buddy of mine who's a heating and cooling guy send me a picture for what realtors see. I had to clean it up, make it not X-rated, but it's still freaking funny. So I'm Scott Bergeron, and you know where you are, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 164th episode of Talking Real Estate. Tricks when you got to sell to buy. Tricks when you got to sell to buy. I had a gentleman reach out to me, a young man said, Scott, I need help figuring out how to sell my house and then buy a new house. It's something I've never done before. So I thought, it's definitely a topic we want to revisit. So it's definitely a topic we want to revisit. Let's do this. Let's get the chat involved in what's going on as well. Okay, we got all kinds. Steve Kreitz running the lady says. We got Janine McKay in the house. Zach Wilkowitz and Wyandotte in the house. We got all kinds of crazy good things going on, ladies and gentlemen. All kinds of crazy good things. Mike McLaughlin is now sending this out to his streaming channels too. So we're excited about that because we always got somebody extra we can reach on this thing here. So let's see. Alicia Wilson, one of our legends, is in the house. All right. So let's talk silly things, right? March Madness. How is your March Madness bracket looking? Okay, let us know in the chat. Do you got everybody still going? You got somebody in the Sweet 16? D's Nuts is in the house. Tracy Schultz, you know who it is. Oh my goodness gracious. So how is your March Madness bracket looking? Do you have a lot of teams in the Sweet 16? Those bums from East Lansing are in there. I can't say anything about it because they're in there. My boys from University of Michigan are not. Psst. Yes, ma'am. Bailey and Lori Merzick are in the house. We got hey for Facebook user. We got all kinds. No basketball. It is what it is. All my Final Four are still in. That is what we're talking about. You got to be good with the numbers and you got to be good with the brackets. So all the upsets and your Final Four still in. Guys, in the chat, let me know how your Final Four is looking. Or you still got your Final Four in. Let me know in the chat. Hey, watch it. Hey, listen, Lori, you know where my allegiances lie. I'm sorry. You know I'm a go blue guy. You know that already. All right. So weird it shows up as Facebook user. I know it's weird. Lexi, these nuts is in the house. All right. So let's talk a little bit, guys. Let me ask this question. Yeah, wrestling was definitely good. I watched the finals. It was pretty good stuff. Okay. Didn't do a bracket. This is until you bought a tournament square. Okay, I got you. Okay. So because it's episode 164, selling tricks when you got to sell to buy, let's talk about that. But we will at some point a little later in the show. But tell me first, I want to know this. When you bought your current home, did you have to sell your previous home? Okay, I did. I said to sell my house in Dearborn. I definitely had to do that. But did you? Give me a yes or no in the chat. Give me a yes or no in the chat. Did you have to sell a home to buy your current home? Can be 10 years ago, can be 2 years ago, can be yesterday. Zach Wilkowitz says no, he did not because he sold his house already. Okay, Joe Wachinsky says yes. Okay, house on. Talking about that house on McDonald Street with the great pool, I remember. Yep. Trey Schultz says no. Steve Kreitz says nope. Linda Powers, my good friend from the west side of the state, says nope. Okay, Janine McKay says yes. Lori says yes. All right, all right. So a little bit of split there. A couple of some nopes and some yeses. Some nopes and some yeses. All right. You know, there's one man we go to, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk mortgages, when we talk finance, when we talk big dollars and cents, and that guy is none other than, you heard me, the Mike McLaughlin. Michael, how the heck are you?
Hey, I'm doing all right, Scotty. How are you doing tonight?
Mike, it's a great day. It's definitely been a great few weeks. It's been awesome and good stuff. So we're just glad to see you, sir.
It is nice to be seen.
It is. Now listen, you even got a heavier beard shave than I got going on, buddy. You're going thicker than me. Is it no shave? March, what's going on there?
No, I don't think I'm going to be shaving. I mean, I think about it now and then, but I mean, I usually get pretty good feedback on it. People saying it looks better than it does when I didn't have a beard. So, I mean, I don't mind it. Once you get past the first month, and I'm sure you can speak to this too, it doesn't really itch anymore. I mean, you get, and plus you get to look like you're contemplating things.
Yeah, So my uncle Joe Wojcinski used to tell me, I used to always bitch about always itching. Like, I'm starting to itch. He goes, listen, you got to just give it a little more time. It'll stop doing that. It'll stop making all that itchy craziness. So, Mike, I think we should do a fundraiser. We should do a shave it or save it for you. How much money do you think we could get for the shave it or save it on Mike McLaughlin's beard, ladies and gentlemen? Who would be down for shave it? Let's go shave it or save it in the chat, guys. Shave it or save it in the chat. Give me a save it. Let's see what you got, Mike, before we even get the mortgage stuff. All right. Shave it or save it in the chat. Tell me. Save my legs in the wintertime, Linda. That's really good. That's pretty good. That's funny stuff. Joey, thanks. Thank you both.
Jim says that beard oil helps with the itchiness.
Very nice. Beard oils help with the itchiness. Jimmy Dalmage in the house. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you.
I got all kinds of beard accessories in here.
All kinds of beard accessories, he says. Guys, we going shave it or
see.
save it. Hey, Will Ramey, god dang, I love you too, kiddo.
Because as soon as you grow a beard, everyone wants to get you like the presents for it, right?
Oh, so listen, I got all kinds of shaving stuff. Someone next to me loves the beard. She goes, here's the beard oils. I'm like, beard oils? Keep it. Yes. Ashley says keep it. Pat says shave it. Shave it or save it, Mike McLaughlin. That's what we want to know, folks. Shave it or save it on Mike McLaughlin. Which one? Shave it or save it? That's what we're looking for right now.
This is supposed to help to cause it to grow better. Like maybe if you have patchiness, which I don't really have. So,
well, hold on a second. You rub that thing on your face, it makes it grow better. Is that what you just said?
That's what it's supposed to do because it's got like little. It's like abrasive, right? It's abrasive, almost like sandpaper.
You're abrasive.
Right?
It's not abrasive. You are, sir. You're
and
abrasive.
I'm abrasive. I might be abrasive. You might be right. But here's the beard
all right,
oil.
Listen, your people are saying, they're all saying keep it, Michael. So you're safe for one more week. Safe for one more week.
Well, and that was the thing is all my marketing photos and stuff like that are beardless. So that's actually what I really want to know is, do I get marketing photos with the beard for Total Home Lending, or do I stick with the baby face look for Total Home Lending? What do you say, guys?
All right, folks, give me a yes or no. Does he get new pictures with the beard? New picture of the beard? Give me yes or no in the chat. Give me a yes or no in the chat. Does he get new pictures for his marketing stuff for Total Home Lending? Do they like the sophisticated, salt and pepper look of Mike McLaughlin at Total Home Lending? Put in the chat. Give me a yes or a no. Should he get new pictures? Oh man, Lori
got
says
some
yes.
yeses.
So that's saying we got a couple yeses going. Look at it. Yeah, Will Ramey says yes. Holy smokes, we got yeses all over the place, Michael. Let's see. What do you think, guys? Should he keep the beard and get new pictures, or do we like the baby face? Linda's, Steve Kreitz is all over you, buddy. He's going back to those wrestling days where he had to shave his beard all the time too. So the people have spoken, Michael, and they say to keep it. They say get new pictures. They want to deal with the salt and pepper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's kind of the feedback I've been getting as well, which kind of surprised me because there's an old thought in business. Yeah, all salt and pepper, right, Joe? Yep.
Yes.
Mostly salt, right?
Yep.
But there's an old belief in business that they used to say that if you wear a beard and you're in business, it looks like you give out the perception that you're trying to hide something. But I guess maybe that's either old, blasé, not true anymore, or maybe with the new times, maybe it's just different now,
So here's the thing. Abraham Lincoln had a little girl write him a note that said, you win the presidency if you get a beard. And the guy grew a beard and became president of the United States. So, so go with the beard.
Yeah, but
new pictures.
Yeah, but Scott, he counted his years 20 at a time. He couldn't just say 87 years, could he?
No, 4 score. That's true. That's definitely true.
4 score and 7 years ago. It's faster to say 87.
Wait, hold on a second. Lori's got a good point, buddy. She says it shows that you have patience. It shows that you have patience. All right. I like that, Lori. You have just been, added to creative idea person on the show here. It shows you have patience. As soon as my Gmail house sells, I need to find me a house in southwest of Taylor, brother. Absolutely. Mr. Raymond, we can take care of you. You know that. Come on now. We can definitely take care of you. All right. So, Michael, let's actually talk to something you are definitely expert in, because I don't know if you and I are experts in beards. I don't know about that. So we'll give that a wash, right? So what do you want to talk about in mortgage world today?
Well, today the Fed, they weren't sure what the Federal Reserve Chairman was going to do today, because of this was the first time that they were scheduled to increase the Fed Reserve rate since they had those issues with the banks. So there was a lot of curiosity. Would he leave it alone? Would he raise it 25 basis points as expected? And he did. He raised it, the Fed Reserve rate by 25 basis points as he had planned to. And they're kind of like in a read react phase now of this whole adjusting the Federal Reserve rate to battle inflation. So it's on a monthly basis right now. They're going to basically react to what our economy is doing and try to make steps uh, that are pinpointed at that specific time based upon where we are.
All right. So explain, why is that important to our people? Tell me how that affects them.
Well, I mean, it goes back to why is it controversial? Well, it's important because by raising the Federal Reserve rate, it makes the cost of money a little higher. They're trying to curb spending. They're trying to reduce inflation by reducing the people who the number of people that want to buy it. So if they want to reduce the demand. So to reduce the demand, they are going to make the supply more difficult, higher to get, harder to get, more expensive for the supply. Try to reduce the demand, therefore reducing inflation in the process. So the fact that they did adjust it by 25 basis points today is important because that means that the Federal Reserve rate, even though the concerns that we've been having with the banks, and what that comes from is from, we spoke about it at great length. I'll try to be even more succinct with it. The banks invest their money that you put into it, and in the past, rates were very low. That's one of the things that's happening, with what they're doing. They're raising rates. So rates were very low on all these banks' previous investments because they tried to be conservative and invest in mortgage bonds, but mortgage bonds were only getting 2%, right? So now they're getting much higher. So there's a loss there in those investments and they're not liquid. So that was the issue with the run on banks. People wanted their money and their money couldn't be gotten. So that was the issue with the run on banks that happened. Basically, if people don't go for the money, it never happens. But then again, it also shows you the weakness in the bank so that it can be addressed. So I think in the long run, it's going to be a good thing that this happened, as long as we can avoid an actual, full involvement of the banking system in this adjustment. If we can avoid that, then it should allow them to prevent these things from happening. Uh, I know there's everybody likes to point fingers, and I'm sure there's plenty of blame to go around for how this happened. But if the banks had it their way, they would have no oversight.
Right.
and if
No, I get you there. Absolutely.
and if that were the case, we would be in a lot of trouble. So more oversight on banks, probably a good thing.
Michael, is there any other dimes you want to drop for the people? Any information you want to share with the folks that's useful to them?
We're able to close loans very fast these days. That's one of the benefits of not being in such a busy market. What was that one we just did, Scott? We were clear to close in like 15 or 17 days,
Yeah.
something like that.
It was ridiculous fast. I mean, it was like greased lightning. I was just talking to
Yeah.
somebody, my office manager, about that. That one good thing is that if you buy a house now, it closes faster because you can push
Yeah.
a little bit of push, and
Yep.
all of a sudden you're there. Yep.
Yeah. And I even had one today that's a Mishta, and I felt very confident saying we could close that in 30 days.
Yep.
Now, is there a possibility that, something could go awry? Sure, but that's the case in any scenario. So, yeah, to think that we can close a Mishta in 30 days when at times, you would wait in line for Mishta in the past for like 15 days. So,
Jimmy Capelli, late. You're tardy, my friend. You are tardy. We talked all kinds of crazy stuff. Even your girl
we
Gambino came on and she was
we
going
talked
crazy.
about Newton's 3 laws of motion.
I don't know about all that. Jesus. Michael, last question for you, sir. What's for dinner?
Dinner. Really, all I made was a German tomato soup today for dinner.
What?
It's hamburger, onions, green pepper, sautéed, and then you just add tomato soup to it. So you're basically taking a plain Jane vanilla canned tomato soup. You're frying up some onions, peppers, and hamburger, adding all that, and then letting it simmer. Yeah, it's really good.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Mike McLaughlin, he's all about the business and all about money, financing, sincere, and he's going to keep the beard. This week, he's going to keep the beard. So if you want him to shave, you better get more people that want to watch the show that think shave it just like you. All right? Michael, I'll talk to you later, my friend.
Have a good night, guys. Thanks,
See you,
Scott.
bud.
See ya.
He's lucky, guys. He is definitely lucky because I was going shave it on him. I'm not saying I don't like the beard, but I just want to see him shave the beard off. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So a lot of you are keep it. So you kept him alive. You definitely kept him alive. All right. So let's talk about the deep dive today. Let's talk about the deep dive tricks when you need to sell your home to buy. Okay. It's a they call it a move up buyer in the business. That's what it's called in the business. But let me put it to you this way. Okay. Let me put it to you this way. There's some things you can put in place and some things you need to know and be aware of that when you sell your house to buy, it makes it work out. All right. And so the first thing is this. I tell people this all the time. You get in this market, especially, you get what's called free occupancy or you get occupancy after selling. So that means you can stay in your home. Guys, I've had people stay in their home 60 days after closing. Okay. So adding how long it takes to close and closing, okay, you're talking 60, 90 days. So that's trick number one. You get occupancy. And if it's a house is priced appropriately and people want it bad, okay, then you definitely you get those kind of choices. Jimmy. Oh, looking at Zillow. My good friend Jimmy loves to look at Zillow. Says my home went up $1,200 last month. Very nice. Oh yeah. Okay, so number two, second trick for when you have to sell to buy. Okay, about you can close almost back to back. You can almost close on the sale of your house and then close on your new home within a day. Okay, I've done it. I've done it in this past month. Okay, I had a client that sold their house and then they bought their next home right after it, directly after it. Okay, trick is the only thing the lender needs. They need a CD or they need a closing disclosure that says how much money you're making from the property. That's pretty much all they need to make that work. Okay, that's trick number two. Okay, trick number three for when you're selling your house to buy another house. Okay, is to put the house again. Always market or price aggressively. In this market, guys, I'm going to say it again. I've been saying it for a few months now. This market is probably going to be tighter than even last year's. Okay. The inventory is going to be even tighter than last year. So, what that means, you put a house at this price, it's going to end up going to this price. Okay. I was just talking to somebody a couple hours ago about we started this number and got to this number. I had a client that listed at 495, they ended up at 570. Right. I was talking to a guy in my office who they started at 300, they ended up at 360. So, this market is definitely tighter than last year's market, which means people are just kind of hanging out and waiting. What they're waiting for, I don't really know. Okay. Next, other thing you need to think about when you're talking about having to sell to buy, and this is probably the most important one. Okay. You can put in a contract. You can put in a contract that the seller, this offer is contingent on the seller finding the home of their choice. Okay. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. What that protects you for, who wants to rent it for $3,000 this month this summer? Listen, buddy, we'll make that happen. I might have to come up there and rent it out from you. So, guys, if you guys don't know, my good friend Jimmy Capelli lives right directly across from Torch Lake. Okay, one of the most beautiful lakes in America. He lives right across from it. So, if you want to rent out his place, let me know. Okay, but well, I sure will. I'll give you a buzz after we're done. So, but when you're trying to sell the buy, like I said, it's one of those things where you definitely got to think through what you're doing and put in on the contract that the offer's contingent on the seller finding suitable home. Okay. If you don't find suitable home, then the house doesn't close. That's just how that goes. Okay. So those are the things you got to do. Those are the things that you got to focus on. All right. All right. That's a deep dive for today. Now, let's get to the stuff that we love to hear. Now, we're going to try a little sound effect today. We'll see if it works. Shelly, you ready? All right. We'll see if we can make this work, ladies and gentlemen. We're making podcast show history right here, throwing in some sound effects. Ready? Let's see if we can make this work. Tell me if you can hear it. Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come, yo. Here they come. Here they come. This or that. Can you guys hear it? Throw in the chat if you can hear it. This or that, this or that, this or that. Here we go. First one for this or that, guys. First one for this or that. A little seasonal this or that. What are we loving more? Are we liking rain or snow? Which one? What do you think? Very nice. Very nice. What are we thinking? Are we thinking rain or snow? What are we thinking? Rain or snow? Put it in the chat, guys. Put it in the chat. Rain or snow. Snow is calling myself. I was calling snow the S word for a while because it's making me a little creeped out because we were still getting it last week. So rain or snow, this or that. What do you think? Rain, rain, rain. There we go. We got rain. Holy smoke. Jimmy Capelli says snow. Linda Power says snow. Uh-oh. Lori says rain. Steve Kreitz says rain. Will Ramey says rain. All right. Let's see. Chris Wojcicki says snow. Love running the rain. So rain. Neither. Can't choose that. You got this or that. Which one you want? Facebook user, this or that. What you want? Rain. All right. So that's an easy one. The rain has it by about 2-1. By about 2-1. Has it by about 2-1. All right. Next one. Because spring break is coming up this following week here. Where are we going? If you chose, would you go to Florida or would you go to South Carolina like Myrtle Beach? Where would you go? Put it in the chat, please. Where would you go? Florida or South Carolina? Which one would you choose? Put it in the chat, please. This or that, this or that, this or that. I'd rather drive in the snow, but watch the rain. That's pretty cool. That's very poetic of you. Okay. I've got Lori says South Carolina. Brett says Florida. Chris Bergeron says South Carolina. South Carolina for Will Ramey. Linda Power says South Carolina. South Carolina for Alicia Wilson. Florida in the winter only. Florida, South Carolina. Alaska. Jimmy Capelli killing me. That's not a choice. And South Carolina, I think, is coming up this one. For me, guys, that's what I choose too. Florida is too damn hot. Okay. The person sitting next to me, my dear love of my life over here, loves that Florida. I tell her all the time, I sweat in March in Michigan. It's going to be like a sweatshop down there for me. So I'm going South Carolina with you guys too for number 2. Okay. Last one, the Yucatan. Come on, Jim. Last one. This one pertains specifically to me. Okay. I had 2 trees taken out of my yard this week. Okay. What do you go? You go trees in your yard or treeless yard? Which one would you rather have? Which one would you rather have? Trees in your yard or treeless yard? Which one? So trees or treeless? Which one are you going with? Trees or treeless? Which one are you choosing? This or that? This or that? This or that? Pat says trees. Lori says trees. Alicia Wilson says trees. Chris Bergeron said trees in the yard. Tracy, God dang you tree people. You're killing me over here. Linda says treeless. Jimmy says trees in the yard. The guy lives in a forest, for God's sakes. Oh, Steve Christ. I knew that was coming. I knew topless was coming from you. I knew that was coming. Treeless, less sewer problems. And that's from a guy who deals with all kinds of sewer problems all the time. And there goes Steve Kreitz with topless. So I had 2 of them taken out yesterday. So the yard feels a lot bigger as the first step toward the pool. The first step toward the pool. Trees, please, even though we keep dealing with falling branches. Okay. Treeless. All right. So trees win. I lose on that one, but I'm saying I took 2 trees out because I want to start setting up for the old pool. Just get the rake out, you lazy man. Oh, Jesus. All right. So we're coming to that point, ladies and gentlemen, the point that we love, the point that makes me laugh like crazy. And that point is what realtors see. Here's how it works. Okay. He called. No, I didn't, but I had somebody professionally take them out, Zach. I should have called you guys. It would probably been cheaper for me. What realtors see, here's how it works. I put up pictures of things that I've seen or that people have sent me, okay, that are out in the world in people's homes, and you caption it. The winner, okay, the winner has a chance to win millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket directly from the Bergeron team and Talking Real Estate. So what realtors see, I'll put the picture up there, and your job is to caption it with the best caption you possibly can come up with. Are you ready? Here we go. What realtor see number 1? What realtor see number 1? Let's see. Here's number 1. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. I went to the house this weekend, and there was the room with just a chair in it. I'm not going to tell you what that chair possibly could be for or isn't for or any of those other things like that, but caption this room. Go ahead. Put in the chat. I'll give you 1 minute. Go ahead. What realtor see number 1? What realtor see number 1? Crazy. Just a chair. The lonely chair. Chris Bergeron comes in with the lonely chair. What else? Electrocution chair. Yep, Jim, I knew you'd come up with that. Either you or Steve Christ. I'm scared to say. I'm scared to say. Interrogation chair, interrogation room. When you need to be alone, when your mom tells you you're in a timeout, nobody puts baby in the corner. This is my I need space room, my alone time. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Nobody lonely. I'm so lonely. I have nobody. The Lame of Thrones. Dunce. You got 30 seconds, guys. You got 30. I gotta go. Oh, shit, gotta go poop. Jesus. That's your timeout chair in your house? Yeah, I'm sure it is. She would love it. Jeffrey Dahmer's pondering room. I like that too. When you need to be alone, your thoughts. You got 10 seconds left, guys. You got 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to go with Jeffrey Dahmer's pondering room. Yes, that's probably where he got started. The lonely chair. All right. So that's the first one. Facebook user, let me know who you are so we can send off your scratch off ticket that could win you millions of dollars. Number two, number two, number two, number two. Let's see. Where is number two? All right. There it is. There's number two. Oh, boo. Come on, Jim. Strap me in. You're killing me. Tim Carr, the legend. That guy's had many a scratch off in his world. I'm telling you. All right. Number two. This one is interesting. There it is. Make it a little bit bigger for you. We saw this on a wall. We saw this on a wall. What realtor see number two? What realtor see number two? Saw this on a wall. What do you think? Put it in the chat, please. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, please. What do you think? You're going to win millions and split it, sir. Are we hopeful? Hopefully we do. Hopefully we do on a boat, right? A blast from the past, says Pat Neese. The good neighbor. The wall of adoration? What do you got, guys? Hannibal Lecter. Oh, Jesus. America's Most Wanted. That's not bad. All Saints Day. Homemade paper. That's pretty good. Homemade paper. Oh, Fear and Loathing in Greece. I think it's in France, but I don't know. Was the After Hours parlor? Ooh, that's nice. After Hours parlor. The Wall of Shame. The pyramids. Got 30 seconds. It put lotion on the skin. Jesus Christ. Ancient history. You got 30 seconds, guys. How goes it? Matt Black, good to see you, my friend. Right now, we're doing Realtor C number two. So your job is to caption that picture I put up right there. Guys, you got about 10 seconds, about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. And the winner is the After Hours Parlor by Tracy Schultz. Little Frenchie action there. Back in the bathroom after a bender, sure. All right. America's almost. Oh, that's good. That's funny. All right. Last one, guys. Now, this was not, I can tell you, a good friend of mine, Norbert Phillips, sent me this. Okay. So it's not from me, but he sent it to me. I had to make it show appropriate. Okay. You'll see the blackout mark. I kind of blacked everything out. I didn't black it all. So you probably can still see it a little bit. But the point is, this is in a bathroom. Okay. This is in a bathroom. So my good friend, Norbert Phillips, gave me this one. I'll try to make it a little bit bigger for you. There we go. What realtor see number three? What realtor see number three? Those are blinds. Yes, those are blinds in a bathroom. And yes, I tried to block out the X-rated stuff. I didn't do a great job, as you can see in the one picture. So, what do you got? What realtor see number three? What realtor see number three? Peekaboo. That's pretty good. Well, Ramy comes in with peekaboo. What else you got? Get rid of that. No kidding. Blinded by the light. Two of them right back to back. Chris Bergeron and Tim Carr got the same idea. Holy smokes. Nothing to see here. That's pretty good. Peep show. Uh-oh. Now you see me. Now you don't. That's pretty good too. Give me my privacy. Puts a new meaning to peeping Tom. Peep show. $1. I don't want to look those blinds ever. Tiebreaker. There's no tiebreaker on that. I know a guy. Oh, yeah, yeah. Guys, you got 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Like I said, I blotted out the worst one. I blotted out the worst one. Potty shot. Jeez. 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left. Which one? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you see me, now you don't. Will Ramey, now you see me, now you don't. Somebody else threw that in a little later. So definitely good stuff. All right, guys. Couple things for you real quick. I want to throw these out for you real quickly. If you have not joined our Talking Real Estate group, we try to post lots of interesting stuff there. We try to make it a little more fun, a little more inviting for you. So there is a QR code. So hold your phone right up to that one and get involved. I will always do a quick after show. I'll always do a quick after show after in the Talking Real Estate group. Okay, so that's that. Number two, and not number two in the way you think about it. Okay, number two in the way that I think about it. Our YouTube channel. If you have not checked out our YouTube channel, there is the QR code for that as well. So make sure that you take a moment and click on that and take a picture of that so we can get you there too. So tonight's show definitely was, again, it was by request from somebody. If there's ever a topic you want to talk about or that you're curious about real estate, I have a pretty good knowledge of it. I've been doing it for a long time. So I have lots of interesting things I can share. And it's nice to have somebody say, hey, we'd love to know about this. I had a young man reach out to me via Facebook and said, hey, Scott, I would love to know what I have to do to sell my house to buy it, because that's something I've never done before. So always willing to take requests, always willing to take your opinions and your thoughts and your feelings into account. And those folks that are happy about Michigan State winning, that's what I got for you, because I don't care if they won the Sweet 16. All right. I'm Scott, and I'm definitely talking real estate. See you in the after show.